Tell us when you're ready to go.
I'm good.
All right, Pat, fire away.
Good. All right, guys and ladies. Fired up for this class, like Coach said. I'm just kind of going to run through each player. And if you guys have questions as I go through it on the players, just stop me. I can pause the video. First one up is Daniel Anderson. So Daniel is from Memphis. We don't normally recruit Memphis, but Gene Robinson, former Tar Heel, played here. Reached out to us, said he had a player that he thought we'd be interested in, and he was more than right on Daniel. We feel like we got a steal with him. Daniel's going to be a mid-year enrollee. He committed last March. Built like Rucker. He's compact, powerful build. Pretty much double teamed all season. He's got great get off, explosion, strong at the point of attack. Does a great job chasing things down. Plays on a really good team in the Memphis area, one of the top teams in Tennessee. But we're excited to get him. Obviously, his production speaks for itself, for over 46 TFLs in his career. So we think he's going to be an impact player, rushing the passer, will play jack for us, and excited to get him. Captain, leader of his team, and he is all business too. He has a very business-like demeanor, knew what he wanted when he committed here. The degree is very important to him, but very excited to get him and glad that Gene reached out to us on him. Aiden Banfield, so Aiden, offensive lineman. He came to a basketball game in the spring, committed in April. My mom is a UNC grad, so obviously there's that connection. Mill Creek's one of the top teams, not only in Georgia, but a top 20 team in the country. They won state in 2022. He's a multi-sport athlete. We love guys that play multiple sports. It shows their athleticism, and obviously encourage guys in the high school level and growing up to play multiple sports because it just shows your athleticism and versatility. So he played basketball and track. What we like about Aiden, we think Aiden's got a lot of versatility. I think he's a guy that can play guard. He could eventually play center. He's a very smart, tough kid, comes off the ball with great pad level, and he finishes. What you're going to see from this highlight tape, he finishes blocks, and he is nasty. And you would never assume that meeting him in person. He's got a great smile, great demeanor about him, but you can tell when he hits that field, he turns into a different person, and he's going to finish you. So we really love that he does that. Again, plays high-level ball. 7A football in Georgia is one of the best in the country, and does a great job redirecting, getting to the second level, and blocking linebackers. So we're excited to get him. And like I said, we think he can potentially play center because how smart he is and how tough he is. Which you can see here, he just loves to play through the whistle and toss guys like rag dolls. Again, take him through the end zone and toss him. Evan Bennett was our first commit in the class. He's the one that got it started off last January. He comes from a school that really hasn't had a lot of Power 5 coming out of it, so it's a big deal for him to come here, and we're excited to have him. He's a track athlete, 10, 900 meters, so he can really run, and finish second in the state in the 200 meter. He's a two-way player as well. We love guys that play both sides of the ball. Again, shows versatility, shows athleticism. He plays running back and linebacker for his school. He's a guy that is obviously fast with his track times. He can run sideline to sideline. When he hits you, you go down. Does a great job wrapping up and on his tackles. You'll see here in a little bit, playing running back to really show his speed and just beating angles. He's a guy that's going to be definitely a weapon for us on special teams as well because of his size, length, and speed. And we're really excited to get Evan. Over 200 tackles on his career and over 3,000 all-purpose yards. So he's a guy that just never came off the field. So he's a guy obviously from a stamina level and from just a guy that just loves ball. Right there, you see what we're talking about, sideline to sideline, chasing things down. Then you see him at running back. He just wants to beat every angle, pursuit angle, and outrun everybody. And that's where the speed comes in. So we think he's going to be a great player, and again, bring value on special teams with that speed. Does a great job keying and diagnosing and jumping the gap. Cleo Conner, obviously he's already here going through bowl practice. Committed last March. Another two-way player like we're talking about, plays wide receiver and defensive back. Was a quarterback at Asheville and transferred into Christ School before his junior year. Lost in the semifinals this year. Again, multi-sport athlete, played basketball and baseball. And again, you can tell with playing quarterback and wide receiver, it's made him a great athlete. He's got great ball skills. You can see here he's got really fluid hips. We call that start-stop ability, which is important in the defensive back position, be able to break on the ball, and then he's got the hands to do something with it. I call him Agent Zero. He can hit.
Where do you call him that?
He's worth 0.
Yeah.
And I just came out of nowhere, so I'm going to stick it, and then if he makes NIL money off of it, then he has to pay me 10%.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. But we love guys that play quarterback because it shows intelligence level and how smart they are. And you can tell he's a very smart, instinctive football player. They came to 7-on-7 camp this summer. He had a great 7-on-7 camp. But you can see here playing receiver, and then when he gets the ball, he knows what to do with it. And that's what we were looking for in the secondary. We wanted guys with ball skills, speed, and just the ability to make plays. And we feel like we did that in this class, and as we talk through all the defensive backs kind of going forward here, they've all kind of got the same characteristics that we're looking for. Zion is from Atlanta, Georgia. Gainesville High School is one of the top programs in the state. He's a mid-year enrollee. He should be meeting us in Charlotte for the bowl game and to do bowl practice in Charlotte. Committed in June. Has family in the area, so that was a key for us getting Zion. He's an Under Armour All-American, so actually after the bowl game, he will head down to Florida to play in the Under Armour game. What we love about Zion, he's long and fast. You can see he's violent, physical tackler. Right here you'll see, I think we have all of his pick sixes on the year. He had 3 pick sixes, so he's a guy that not only can go up and get the ball, he knows what to do and finish after the fact. And that's what we like. We did a great job defensively this year with turnovers, but converting turnovers into touchdowns. And that's what I love about Zion. 5 interceptions, so he's a ball hawk. Just does a great job tracking the ball. And he'll play corner for us, but that's what we need, that the length, athleticism, speed, and ability to make plays. So we're very high on Zion and excited that he is a Tar Heel. And these are not just like 15-yard, 20-yard pick sixes. These are the distance. Talk about here at the corner position, you got to be a really good tackler to get guys down when it spits out, and he can do that. He's looking for the kill shot here. Great instincts, reading the fake punt, making the stop. Davion, a.k.a. Bullet. He was nicknamed Bullet when he was younger because he was just faster than everybody, and I think that's held true today, but now he's got a little bit more physicality, and he's not just a speed guy in his game. Davion is also a mid-year enrollee. Will be here in Charlotte, committed in March. 3-time state champion, so comes from an elite program. Actually ranked the number 2 team in the country this year. They play the best of the best. He's a downhill physical back, and really what we were looking for and Coach Porter was looking for is guys to match what our scheme is now, especially in the run game. I think everyone saw this year, what we're trying to do with the inside zone and zone insert and really run downhill, and this guy fits exactly what we want him to do. This guy's no nonsense, doesn't talk a lot, very smart kid, but he is all ball. He is tough, does a great job breaking tackles in order to go the distance. Played through injury this year and never really came off the field. He's tough. They actually did a great job in pass protection. They would slide the line the opposite way and put him on a five-star defensive end one game we were watching, and did a great job holding his own. So he's a guy that brings that physicality to the room. And nowadays, to play running back, you got to be able to pass pro. And so that's what's good about Davion. But you look at his production, over 5,000 yards and 56 touchdowns in his career. And again, playing against elite competition in elite speed down there in South Florida. So very excited to get him to the bowl site here in a couple days. And again, that's just a great opportunity for us to get these guys on campus early and really see what they can do. But you see, this is the ability to break tackles and be physical. Vari, so Javarius goes by Vari Green, and very excited about him. He's also a mid-year enrollee, so you see the common theme with that. Coach Brown talked about it. Got 20-21 guys coming in. Committed in August. Dad Willie played in the NFL for 9 years, won 2 Super Bowls, so obviously comes from the pedigree. They had an undefeated season this year and lost in the playoffs, but just got back from the U.S. Army Bowl and was also voted on to play in the Shrine Bowl, but it happened in the same week, so he chose to go to the Army Bowl. Ran 4.3 at camp, so he's got the speed you're looking for, the home run threat. He's a return specialist, can take it the distance, so you'll help us there. Played baseball as well in high school, so versatile athlete. And he played center field, and you'll see on some of these catches the center field come into play, just the ability to adjust the ball when the ball's in the air. But then he knows what to do with the ball after he gets it. Does a great job breaking tackles, very elusive to the open field. And again, is another guy we just feel like very blessed to have. Can be a deep threat for us, can be a guy that catches the ball at the line of scrimmage and makes people miss. See him here coming out of the backfield, a little trick play. And then he can go up and get the ball as well. He does a good job with contested catches. This is the play right here. You can really see his center field. This is a hard catch right there. Reach it back behind him and catch the ball with his hands. So excited about Vari. Desmond Jackson, another mid-year enrollee, will be here there in Charlotte. One of our first commits, committed back in January. Team captain, all-state, all-region, multi-sport, wrestler as well. And we love any O-line and D-line we can get that wrestle is huge, because that shows that they got really good feet, balanced body control, quick twitch. So we'll take all the wrestlers at O-line, D-line that we can get. He's got great size and length. He's got big features. We've got really big paws to lock on to defenders. Great hand placement and feet to run guys off. So we think this guy can play a number of different positions for us. Really excited to get him in the fold. Battled an injury this year and missed some time, but came back and showed his toughness. And again, just a big in-state body that we targeted early in the process. And like I said, he was one of our first commits and really got things rolling. See him play left and right tackle, so can play both sides. Next guy up, Leroy Jackson. So Leroy was a guy that we had been monitoring, and we kind of offered late, but it wasn't for lack of his film or anything like that. We didn't know the number situation, how many we were be able to take, but we had been watching him for a while, and then we watched his first couple games his senior year and said he was a no-brainer. So We offered him September, he OV'd in October, and then committed in November. He plays for one of the top programs in South Georgia. Here you see why we offered him. He is extremely athletic for a guy that projects to D-tackle, can really run, extremely explosive. This guy's been as productive as they get with 19 sacks, 38 TFLs in his career. You can see him on the edge, pass rushing. We think that's going to translate inside as a pass rusher. Does a great job bending his hips, call this bending the hoop, finishing on the quarterback. But we're very, very excited about him and glad we were able to add him to the class, because you cannot get enough pass rushers, especially nowadays, interior pass rushers. He's already got his sack dance down, so we'll be able to trademark and patent that for NIL purposes. We'll ask him what he calls that.
See Mac try that.
Yeah. No, I think this is a guy, like, you know, people talk about height, right? But you look at some of the best D tackles in the league, the Aaron Donalds of the world, and things of that nature. I think if this guy was a couple inches taller, then he would have every offer in America. But we're glad he's a Tar Heel, because he's going to have a huge career for us.
It's hard to get under their pads.
Yeah, there's no doubt. No doubt. That's what you see with 53. Cruz Law, committed in June. Obviously, his brother Cade is also on the team. Won state championship, Mr. Football in Tennessee. I'm already, again, claiming the name when he gets here, and him and Cade get on the field at the same time, whenever that is. The Bash brothers. Dad played baseball in college, like I said, two-time state champion. Another two-way player, played running back and linebacker for them. And this guy is an old school throwback football player. If you watch his first game to his last game, this guy has been banged up all year, didn't miss any time, but you'll see him with the neck roll, see him with elbow pad, his wrist taped, his ankles taped, but he was not going to be denied and not going to come off the field. But as you watch this tape, you see more and more padding on him. But he is a downhill, physical linebacker, but that can also run sideline to sideline. You see his speed, especially playing running back. Looks like Mike Allstott a little bit running. Most of the kids nowadays don't know who that is, so I have to show them tape on Mike.
I don't even know what neck rolls are anymore.
No, there's no doubt.
I gotta love a guy with a neck.
Yeah, cowboy collar.
Now, very quickly, was he already committed when his brother decided to come here?
No.
So was
They kind of committed around the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
Joey Powell would appreciate that Mike All-Star reference.
Oh yeah.
He's a Bucks fan.
Yeah, here it is right here. Allstott. I want to say this is the championship game too.
Brad Jones.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But no, we're excited to get Cruz. I think he's going to bring tremendous physicality to the room. He's an extremely smart football player, and he loves ball. Timmy Lawson. So Timmy's a tight end for Fort Myers. He is going to be a two-sport player for us. So he'll be a pitcher on the baseball team as well. He's a lefty. He's got a very athletic family. Mom was an All-American volleyball player, and Dad was All-American baseball player as a catcher. Has a younger brother as well that's a really good baseball player. Captain of his team. Unfortunately, his season was cut short due to injury, but he'll be full go by fall. We're excited to get him going because he has the length and size we're looking for and athleticism. You see him here split out as a wide receiver. He can catch the ball, and then he can take it the distance. We think this guy's going to be a weapon for us. You know, as you've seen, we've done a great job with our tight ends, with Cope and Bryson coming back next year. We're just continuing to add to that room with him and Ryan, who I'll talk about later on. But we're very excited to add Timmy. And like I said, he had a tough injury early on in the season, but he will be full go for fall. I'm excited to get him going. But he's a guy that we can put at the end of the line as an attached tight end, or we can split out wide and be a mismatch on smaller linebackers or safeties.
He's coming in early to rehab, right?
Yes. Yeah, he will be here in January to start his rehab. And again, you know, these injuries nowadays, our medical team is really good, and there's not many people that don't have injuries anymore, whether it's high school or college, and obviously you see in the pros all the time, just with the wear and tear. But I know the baseball team is excited to get him as well into the fold. But we're trying to keep our tight end tradition going strong here, just with the production we've had at that position. It's been a great position for us, and want to continue that. I did tell him when he gets here I want to try to hit a ball off him, so we'll see how that goes. I get 10 tries to just make contact. Luke Masterson, offensive lineman from Brentwood. When we targeted O-line this cycle, we really wanted size, length, and athleticism with the frame to be able to put on weight, and Luke really fits what we're looking for. Committed in April. Dad actually graduated from UNC Law School here after playing basketball at Lipscomb. But this guy is a guy we're extremely excited about. We think he projects at tackle. You see his athleticism pulling and then redirecting to block the linebacker there. Does a great job getting the second level and again redirecting, not holding there. Again on the pulling, getting that edge defender. But again, a UNC connection helped us with him. 3 kids from Tennessee, which again, we don't normally recruit Tennessee a whole lot, but we just had a lot of connections there, a lot of fits to what we were trying to do. Also plays DN, so again, two-way player, which is huge, especially for offensive linemen that play both ways. You really see his athleticism on defense as well. He's got a great frame. He's going to be able to add good weight in our strength program and a nutrition program. Michael Merdinger. It's Merdinger. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm pretty sure I am. We've gone through that. He's a mid-year enrollee. Will also be in Charlotte as well. Committed in May. I don't know if it's been out there or not, but his dad is building the first flying car, and they've already got the patent approval. And Coach Brown actually on the home visit was able to get in the simulator and simulate the flying car. Asked him if he could actually get in the real flying car. He wasn't ready for that yet. But obviously the story's out there. Moved from Israel at 8 and learned how to throw watching YouTube videos, I believe, of Joe Montana. So he's a guy that I think that has tremendous upside. He split time with the quarterback there last year at Cardinal Gibbons, and Shipp recruited that quarterback to UCF, so that was a connection. He knew about him. And so we're really high on this kid as far as upsell. Does a great job layering the ball, great job with touch throws. Right here, he's got a quick release, can get the ball out. Again, that's a layered throw, throwing it over one level before the second level. Does a great job throwing on the run, giving this guy a chance to come back for the ball. But this year threw for almost 3,000 yards and 26 touchdowns, which ranks him top 3 for that high school. Right here you should see his athleticism. He was a soccer player growing up, so you see some of that soccer come out of him there. He's fired up. But he's a very intense kid. You can tell football is extremely important to him, even for somebody that started playing probably later on than a lot of the other kids that we recruit. But right there, a timing throw, I think he's got great potential. Really gelled with all our receiver and offensive commits. He did a great job recruiting him on his visit and post-visit. But we're excited to get him. Anytime you can get quarterbacks in anybody in the spring, it just goes so far with their development. Janai, who's just here, you guys got a chance to talk to him. What a great kid, great smile, great attitude. He's going to play offensive line for us, even though there's a battle going on between the offensive coaches and defensive coaches, because we're talking about another two-way player. Team went 12-2 this year, had a great year, lost in the quarters, played in the Shrine Bowl. So he played in the Shrine Bowl on Saturday and was here by Sunday playing the bowl practice. This is my favorite play of his on the year. He's going to take him through the end zone. When we talked about guys finishing blocks and nasty and playing through the whistle, and I'm sure he got a penalty on this one, but I don't really care. That sends a message to the other team that it's going to be a long night. He's going to take him to the track and dump him. So yeah, definitely got a flag, but that's the type of mentality we're looking for. And again, he's another guy, you see him, he's got a great smile, personable, but on the field you can tell he flips a switch, but never comes off the field, offensive, defensive line, and I really think this kid can play wherever he wants, but you just see how athletic he is as an offensive lineman. Once he gets locked on guys, he stays locked and he's going to finish them. But he's got a great build to him, great frame about him. I think his upside is tremendous. Multi-sport player, was a basketball and baseball player. Coach Clem calls him Big Dancing Bear, which you see here on defense.
Oh, my God.
But we think this kid could play a number of different positions on the offensive line, so we'll just kind of see where he fits. But very excited about him, especially an in-state kid. We were kind of just early on him. We offered, and he really committed on the spot. And a bunch of teams tried to come in on him late, and he did not budge. He wants to be here. Lucas Asada is a kicker, but has all three. So he punts, kickoffs, and field goals. So he'll get a chance to come in here and figure out kind of where he fits. But it's good to get guys that do all three. He came there this summer to camp and just killed it. Did a great job at camp. We offered, and he committed. I don't know much about kicking as far as technique, but what we're looking for really for guys when they kick is get the ball up fast so the ball doesn't get blocked, and just obviously be accurate. You know, kickers have probably the hardest job in America because nobody cares about them until they miss one. But we're excited to get him because he does just versatile. Here's him punting. So we're excited that he can come in and do all three. Had 70 touchbacks on the year. You can see one of these, he kicks it through the uprights. Again, height on the ball is what we're looking for. This is the one through the uprights. So leg strength, and a guy that can do all three is extremely valuable, especially at that position. Jaden, another one of my guys from Georgia, plays at Mill Creek, which is one of the top programs, again, not only in Georgia, but in the country. 7A football in Georgia. They won state last year. This guy's also a track athlete, has a school record in the 200 with a 21.6, which is rolling. Committed in April, also has family around the area, family and friends. But what we love about this guy is he's got length and speed and ability to go up and high point the ball, especially for a DB. He's another guy that plays two ways, plays wide receiver and DB. Really only started playing DB his junior year, so he still has so much potential there, and then he knows what to do with it. With his speed, he's going to beat angles and go score. So another guy that not only can get interceptions, but he can take to the house. This is a game-winning interception this year as well. 4 block kicks on the year, so he has a knack for doing that. That's hard to find. You either have a knack for doing that or not, and right here just shows his physicality. He's not just a cover guy who's going to come downhill and make the play. I believe that's 4th down for a goal line stop. Again, he's playing the best of the best, so he's played really good competition. This is actually a 5-star kid on the other team, and I believe he knocks out the game for a quarter or two. And then here you see his return value. This is what we really love about him. We think he can do this for us. And then he's got the speed to take it. So again, secondary, we're looking for guys that have speed and guys that can make plays on the ball. I feel like all of our guys that we signed this year can do that. Peter Pansky, committed in April, a very athletic family. Mom played basketball in college, dad played basketball in college, sisters on the crew team at Alabama, captain, 4-time All-State. They went 10-3 on the season, one of the top programs in Florida, especially the Central Florida area. He's a multi-sport player as well, lacrosse player. So to be a D lineman and play lacrosse, you know he's very athletic. Two-way player as well, played fullback / kind of tight end and D-line this year. Projects inside for us. He's another guy that can rush the passer inside, can finish on the QB, and when he hits you, he's looking to punish you and drive you into the turf. Now, in this league. He'll probably get some flags, so we'll have to coach him up on some of that, but we love the aggressiveness and the way that he plays. He does a great job striking, shedding blocks, and he finishes. Obviously, the production is ridiculous. We're close to 400 tackles, 43 sacks, 59 TFLs. But he's going to bring an element of toughness. Right here, you can see as a fullback, maybe we'll throw him in the goal line, give him some love, give some of the D linemen some love on the goal line. But again, another guy inside that can rush the passer. Again, what I like, he can finish. Right here, you see the athleticism, picking it off, house call. Andrew Rosinski, offensive lineman from Georgia, Creekview High School. Another guy, when we're talking about offensive lineman again, we're looking for size, length, and guys' ability to have the frame to put on really good weight. His grandfather was a voice for the Panthers for a long time, Bill, and his uncle is a voice for University of Charlotte basketball. All-state, 3-time all-region, multi-sport guy. Did track, was top 10 in the state in shot put. Also played basketball, lacrosse. But you just see, watch right here. It's one of my favorite plays of his. The ability in space to block guys 30, 40 yards down the field. That's what we're looking for at the position. Because this game is such a space game with all the, the screens on the outside and getting the ball on the outside, on the perimeter, guys blocking downfield, finishing blocks. He's got great feet, great bend. These tall guys that we got, for such tall guys, they can really bend right here. You see him just be able, the ability to roll his hips and drive guys off the ball and then dump them. We're excited to get Andrew. He's another guy that really loves ball. You can tell it's important to him. And again, just ability to run his feet. And he will be here mid-year as well and be in Charlotte. Jordan Shipp, obviously you guys met with him, so already here, already practicing, committed back in July. Dad played at Florida, playing in the All-American Bowl in January, so another guy, I believe he's going to leave from after the bowl game to head down there. Coming off a state championship, 3-time state champion, and really dominated the state championship game. I don't know if they gave out a player of the game, but he was my vote for player of the game. Scored 2 touchdowns receiving and a touchdown pass, which made the highlight to give him some love. But this guy's got elite hands. He is a hands catcher, plucks the ball, catches the ball away from his body. When you talk about throwing 50-50 balls to receivers, he's an 80-20 guy. He's going to come down with it 80% of the time. And that's what we love about him is contested catches. He's a great route runner, in and out of his breaks, can sink his hips, and then he knows what to do with the ball after he catches. He's very elusive in the open field. He can break tackles, make guys miss, which you'll see here in the state championship game coming up. And he has been all advertised so far in bowl practice. All those guys have that we've gotten that are practicing already, but we're very excited about Jordan. Again, contested balls, that's his trademark, and then just the ability to catch it with his hands and then get yak yards after it. Here's the touchdown catch in the championship game. This play is ridiculous, just the ability to get to the corner and not be denied. That kid was going to score no matter what. And then here we give him some love, throwing the dime in the corner of the end zone to his best friend. All right, Curtis Simpson, again, another pass rusher at the jack position. In-state kid. He led, as a junior, led the state in sacks, played in the Shrine Bowl as well, had a pick and a sack, I believe, in the game, which you'll see the pick here on film. He's got extremely long features, long arms, big hands, and he can really rush the passer. Again, his ability to bend and turn the hoop. And he has closing speed, and another guy, he's looking to drive the quarterback into the ground. First step quickness and get off is elite. Very twitchy. And he's another guy we feel like with his frame can add really good weight to his frame. And again, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for guys with big shoulders. Here's the Shrine Bowl interception. Had to throw that in there. So you see it, that athleticism, and then the turf monster got him and cut it short for him. But our goal on the defensive line was get as many pass rushers that we could get. Because obviously that's the name of the game, and quarterbacks are getting the ball out quicker than ever now, and people are scheming ways not to hold the ball. So you really got guys that got to get there on the first step. And cause fumble. For whatever reason, it seemed like they played a lot of triple option teams this year, so he didn't get, his sack numbers weren't as high, but it wasn't for lack of ability or trying. It was just the schemes he was playing against. All right, Tyran Stewart, obviously one of our newest commits, or our newest commits. You know, they don't recruit JUCO a lot here, but he was a qualifier coming out of high school and just didn't have the offers he was looking for, so he went to East Mississippi High School. Community college. Sorry, not high school. Went to South Pike High School. East Mississippi is one of the best JUCO programs in the country. They played in the national championship. I want to say last week, a couple weeks ago, and lost, but really good program. What we love about this kid is his length. And then again, another guy with good ball skills. Came on a visit this past weekend. Really loved him. Very serious guy. He's got a 3.3 GPA coming out of JUCO. Was pissed because he got a 98 on the test and thought he should get 100, so academics is extremely important to him. But we just love his demeanor and the way he plays ball. Does a great job. Just the ability to break passes up as a DB and not draw the pass interference, that's hard to do. And he doesn't panic if he does get beat at the line of scrimmage. He usually has really good feet at the line of scrimmage and impress. But if he does get beat, he has the ability to make plays on the ball without drawing the flag. And that's big in today's game because they're always going to favor the offense doing that. Right here you see he gets beat, looks back for the ball, makes the play.
Did he have many offers coming out?
Tips and overthrows. Of high school, or are you talking about JUCO?
High school.
I don't think so. And I think a lot of these kids, obviously you see now with the portal, they're getting overlooked, right? And he's from a small town on really the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. And then in JUCO, he started to pick up, even when he left here, he had 2 offers on his way to the airport, so.
Yeah. When you look at a kid like that, do you see that quick ascent when he's at this stage and he finally gets around the right kind of training and coaching? And
no doubt. And East Mississippi, like I said, is one of the best JUCOs. They do a great job traditionally, but I think JUCO kids have now been overlooked a little bit too because it's high school kids in portal and you forget about JUCO, but it's really like getting a portal kid because they played 2 years. He's played against good competition. He's a mature kid. So we're really excited to get him, and he is basically like a transfer, but he can sign an NLI. You know, that's the difference between them and getting guys from other levels. And it used to be guys go from 4-year universities to JUCO, because they wanted to leave and didn't want to sit out a year and then go to 4. You don't see that much anymore. So Alex Taylor, we had to put the pic with him in the sunglasses because he's Joe Cool, but no, great kid. Obviously, you guys got a chance to meet him. Very excited about him. We're extremely excited about this receiver class as a whole. Coach Galloway did a great job. He's here already, obviously, with bowl practice, and he is as advertised as well. Committed in July. three-time all-conference player, made it to the state championship game last year, multi-sport player, played basketball. But again, length, speed, ball skills. That's what he can do. And another guy, like we talked about with Jordan and Vari, contested catches, they're not 50-50 for him, they're 80-20. He's going to go up and make a play on the ball. Hands catcher, really elusive in the open field, has really good change of direction. And like I said, all these kids are just floored by not only how good of kids they are, but their families. Just so impressive just how they've raised these kids, and we're just fortunate enough to be part of their lives now and continue what their parents and grandparents and family members have already done to raise such great young men. And you guys saw it today, and that's just 5 or 6 guys. So, but you'll get a chance to meet all these guys hopefully in the spring, or most of them. Jalen Thompson, again, another DB, mid-year enrollee coming to Charlotte, committed in July. This is one of the ones where camp is so valuable. We had him in Showtime camp 2 years ago and offered him. And from that, just developed a relationship. He fell in love with the place, and committed back in July. Another guy that was a track guy, he's a 10-800 meter. What we love most about him, he is so versatile. He's played corner, he's played star, he's played safety. I think for us, he's just got a multitude of places that he can play. He'll probably be somewhere safety star, but again, like, he's just so versatile. And again, this is another guy that knows what to do when the ball's in there and make plays on the ball. Extremely physical. He's got a great demeanor about him. 97 tackles, 12 interceptions, 31 PBUs. I mean, that just shows, that's production that shows you know how to play the ball. Does a great job there looking back for the ball, knocking it down. We think he is going to be a tremendous player for us. Right here, tackling in space, physicality. Again, coming up, finishing tackle. Right here, knocking it down, making a play on the ball. So we thought we did a great job meeting our needs in the secondary in this class. And excited about the group as a whole, and Jalen's going to be a huge piece to kind of what we're doing. Does a great job breaking on the ball. Ryan Ward, our second tight end. Ryan's a tight end from Jersey. Again, another mid-year enrollee. Will be there in Charlotte, committed in April. Brother plays tight end at Rutgers. He was USA Today, all New Jersey. Another multi-sport player, basketball, track, lacrosse. And he is a two-way player, but played quarterback, running back, tight end, and defensive end for his team. So he's a guy that obviously was the best player for them, and they just tried different ways to give him the ball. But what we love about him, again, is versatility. He's a guy that has great hands, will be a pass threat, and then he will break tackles. He has tremendous physicality, ability to make people miss or break tackles. Tremendous football IQ, obviously, playing all those different positions you have to. He has the physicality. We think he's got the size and length to play in line as a tight end or split out. So kind of in the mold of a Copenhagen, where he can do both. And similar to Cope, just love the kid's toughness. Love how much he loves ball. It's important to him. And again, you look at the production, 1,800 yards, 27 touchdowns, 139 tackles, 17 sacks. I wouldn't put it past this kid for the ability for him to be able to play DN. Now he's going to play tight end here, but his defensive film is really good as well. And then finishes blocks. It's harder now to find tight end film of guys actually blocking because there's so much spread and things going on, especially on the line of scrimmage, so it's good to find guys that actually do that. Alabama tried to come on this kid late, and he said no. So very loyal kid, and Freddie did a great job recruiting him. Here he is at defensive end. You see his athleticism. Nice little one-hand pick six. Ty White, another Georgia guy from Buford. Buford, again, is one of the best programs not only in Georgia, in the country. They do a great job there. They're perennial state champion, or they're always in the mix. He's a Under Armour All-American Game invite, a team captain, and a 4-year starter, which at that school was very hard to do. They have Power 5 players, probably 15 to 20 players a year coming out of there. For him to be a 4-year starter speaks to how good a player this kid is and his character. But he's another guy we feel like has return ability, two-way player, plays receiver and defensive back for them, multi-sport player, played basketball and track. But again, we love his versatility, and this guy will come down and knock you out. That's what he does best. He's coming downhill, reacting, his instincts are through the roof. And again, he's playing elite competition, so we know what he can go against and do right there, running through the block and making the play. Great job in the middle field here, tips and overthrows, leads the picks. And he's got really good long speed, really deceptive speed, but he can run. Like I said, he's going against guys that can run. And another guy that brings a weapon to the return game for us, which we're very excited about. Multiple guys in this class that can be returners for us and just give us an advantage in the return game to change the game. But another kid with great family, and you can tell how much this guy loves football. Actually stripped the ball there. All right, another Georgia kid, Ashton Woods from Walton, which again is another elite program in the state of Georgia. They just made it to the state championship game and lost, but they had a great season. Mid-year enrollee coming to Charlotte, committed back in June. He's got a brother that plays at Georgia Tech, had a couple brothers that played at Kentucky. What we love about Ashton is his length and speed, and he is a downhill physical linebacker. All-state, all-region defensive player of the year in the state. Physical wrap-up tackler. Extremely instinctive. Finishes on the quarterback. Ball carrier. Can run sideline to sideline, chase it down. Another guy with the frame. He's really got a frame to add a really good weight too. I mean, he's 220, but he could easily be 240 and not lose a step. Right there you see just a really good tackler, wrap-up tackler. And then you look at the production with over 380 tackles, 15 sacks, 36 TFLs. This guy's just a football player. I want to say he had a broken hand early in the year and just played with the cast. They're stripping the ball. We're excited about him. My man Malcolm, that you guys got a chance to meet today. What a great kid, and what a great story. Everyone's, I think, aware of the story of in 2013 with the welcome home, the military appreciation, and the story of his dad coming home from overseas to surprising the family. So this thing was ordained. It was destiny for him to come here, and we're excited that he came here. Another guy that fits the mold of length and speed and then ball skills. Two-way player, played running back and safety for him, defensive back, multi-sport athlete, ran track, 10,700 meter. So he's another guy, when he gets the ball, he's gone. Does a great job playing the middle of the field. And this guy can cover ground in the middle of the field, which is huge at the safety position. I mean, he's on the far hash, runs all the way over and picks the ball off. Again, middle of the field, breaking on the ball. That's what we're looking for, especially at the middle field safety. Here he is at running back, and here you see his speed, just outrunning angles to go score. But great kid, great family. We're very excited to have him. 13 interceptions in his career, 31 total touchdowns. He's just got tremendous upside. two-time All-State captain. And again, you just see the speed. Once he gets out going, he's gone. Another guy that'll be a special teams asset for us with his length and speed. And that is everybody. Any questions on these guys? Anything else about recruiting?
Don't think so.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Yep, appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thorough breakdowns via Pat Sutton. Thorough. Except for Kitty.
I get thrown in the NIL stuff there a couple times.
I love the sack pants.
Yeah, seconds.
Everyone's got to have good sack pants.